We are here. What's good, my people? We are here on a Wednesday. I'm your host, Kynard. Got my co-host, Brittany King, with me. I'd like to welcome you to Adult Dialogue, episode 10. We in the house. What's going on, Brittany? How you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Um, it's Wednesday, man. It's the middle of the week.
Not
I got
Saturday.
It is not a Saturday. I'm super busy going right now. It's just a lot going on for me. You know, I got content that I'm getting ready to drop. I was trying to run some ads. Uh, managing the house. You know,
Mm,
just trying to create, getting prepared for the podcast, dealing with the election. You
mm,
know,
that's a
um,
thing.
but it's been a good week so far for you.
Yeah, I had a busy end of my last week, so the top of this week was a little slow motion, which was good. It was a welcome slow motion. So,
Ah, well,
mm-hmm,
we gotta be happy for a welcomed slow mo. Look,
mm-hmm.
I would tell y'all, be happy that you're here. Uh, live call in is 419-464-7246. Look, if you like the show, share us on Facebook, share us on Twitch with the homies or YouTube. That's where we at. Uh, If you want to comment, feel free. Go to Twitch. Click on the little icon on YouTube. You're on the page. Click on it. It'll take you to your Facebook. You can comment there. Uh, Before we get into all of that, though, we're gonna talk about the upcoming election
Mm.
next week, right? Next Tuesday.
Next week, this time next week, we will know something. Ooh,
Man, look, the way 2020 is going, I don't know. I don't know. But let's talk about it. I mean, I think for me, what I want to get into today is voting, which seems to be very simple, in my opinion, uh, to do, or something that's simple that you should do. Shouldn't say it's simple to do because we do know that there are people out there that have made it harder this year to go vote. Right? Uh, they restricted the mail-in ballot locations. The identification requirements changed in certain districts. Registration was different and made to be difficult than in previous years. And so, you know, I didn't vote until Obama, honestly, and I didn't vote until Obama primarily because he was African American. Like, not ashamed to come out say I saw somebody that looked like me, and it was super historic in that he could represent the first African American to be the leader of the free world. And so I voted. Before that, I never really voted. If I think back, that was 12 years, right? We had eight, then
yeah.
for Trump, 12 years ago was when I first voted, and I was just I was about to be in my 30s. I lived a lot of life up till in my 30s, and at that particular point I never saw a point in
Hmm.
voting, just being honest. I never saw the impacts of what voting could do for me or my culture, my family. I felt like the game was already rigged. To a certain extent, I still believe that, but it took me a long time to vote because I just didn't care as a young person. Once again, president, I never really felt his his power or influence as being one man or an institution directly upon me other than the oppressive side of what government was. The way I was raised, we weren't raised to trust the institution because we knew that the institution never really looked at us as being valuable enough to invest in after they've pretty much historically tried to tear us down, Black people. And so I never cared to vote. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Once again, at the age that I was, this wasn't important, wasn't in the realm of reality. As I've grown, I vote now. I take it serious. I neither identify as a Democrat or a Republican now. I did for a long time support Democratic Party because I felt like their policies were empathetic, that they tried to at least display some sort of decency in the programs that were geared for the people. And I do key on this, display. That's what it looked like. Looks like, hey, I'm a Democrat. I wake up, yo, I believe in this because they're about the people. They're going to give money to the people. They're going to help the people who struggle. They're going to care about those that are homeless. And this is the way a democratic state works. We all help each other and we can all grow. I've lived long enough to see that Bill Clinton was in office. And when he was in office, I didn't vote for him, but I felt like I identified with the party because money was free flowing during the time he was the president and he was in office. As I got older, I started to look at my community. As I got older, I started to look at the opportunities my counterparts were getting versus the opportunities I was available for. I started to pay attention to the power structure of, who was in power on the boards, who were running the companies, who were making the decisions. I started to look at, the student board, your local boards, who's running your county, who's running your city. A lot of times, I didn't really see a representative for me on those boards, talking about my issues, talking about what affects me. Largely, I feel that African Americans are an afterthought until it comes time to vote. And that's just the way that I see it. Even now, it's only popular to be Black when you're trying to get the vote. When it's not election season, I don't know. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm not out there enough in the board having the conversations and saying, hey, these are the things that are happening and we would like to see them change. I'm not out there like that. That's not how I like to serve. I would much rather commune with my people and talk about finances and how we can grow, because it's just my opinion. I don't believe that you can really influence change in this country without money. Just the way the capitalistic system is built. System that's built to divide for the opportunity for a group of people to capitalize. We can see this in our sports. Certain amount of teams. We create drama. You have to select the team. Once you select a team, this is the team you with. You don't like that other team because they wear different colors, different region. You don't have the star players you like. And in this competition created by division, there's money to be made. We can capitalize. That's why you may be a fan of the Lakers or you may be a fan of the Clippers, but the people who really win are those that run the NBA and own the NBA teams. They're capitalizing off of the drama. They're capitalizing off of the division. Teams on that side, this team is on this side. And so as I look at it, system works the way that it's supposed to work. But the only way to affect change is to accumulate wealth. I think that once you start to accumulate wealth, then you can start investing in the things that are important to you, such as your community. You still have to give time, but you want to elect the officials and then put your financial support behind the officials who represent you. And all too often, when I've looked at it, when I've watched, none of the people that I've seen are worthy of that support. And then followed by financial help to say, hey, I'm going to help this campaign because this individual represents me. Just, I don't see it. I would much rather talk with my brothers about, hey, how can we do what we got to do? Can we put some money together and go purchase something? It might not be my generation, but a generation removed after I go. My grandkids may be carrying on the torch to say, hey, we have this power, this influence. We've accumulated some wealth with a foundation of individuals. And all right, let's move forward. Yo, what's good? Shout out to Tony Giovanni. Thanks for tuning in, homie. That being said, we're in a real dilemma. I voted every election since the first Obama election. I believe that people should have the right to vote for whoever they want to vote for. You want to vote for Trump, that's cool. That's your right. I get that people get up. How could you do it? I don't live my life that way. That's energy I don't even want to take on. It's not energy that I would choose to even fight. I don't even want to convince you. I'm not here to convince you. Truth is ugly. But when I look at Trump, I look at Biden, I don't see either being a good choice to lead our nation, change the problems. Unfortunately, I've had 4 years of Donald Trump, and I'm in a position where I don't think he's presidential. In the end, fake news or not, conduct becoming of a president is not represented by the person we currently have in office. Now, I may not be all the way informed. Trump may have some good policy. I don't know. Good. I don't care though. As a president, I don't like him representing me. Now, it's totally different. I've met some individuals that don't care about him personally, but they believe in his policies. Policies have made them money. I'm talking about black people. I've met some black people, and one would be like, oh, come on. No, that don't make no sense. But yeah, I mean, even 50 Cent came out and said what he said, right? 50 was like, look, I looked at what Biden is offering. I make a lot of money. I don't know if I'm down with that tax code. I'm with Trump. And that's his right. Now, I know people will want to cancel you. People will want to look at you and say, you know what? Everything that you've done, we getting rid of that because you on the wrong side of this. I would tell you, arguing back and forth with people, what does that get us? I'm going to vote for who I'm going to vote for. I ain't about to argue with nobody. Not over that. Because in the end, he's a figurehead. I mean, think about who you voting for. You voting for electorates, the electoral college. You're not even voting directly for this person. You voting for somebody else who gonna vote for you because they don't really trust you. They don't really believe that you know as an American president should be. You had to vote for somebody who got to vote for somebody. I'm not mad at you. Don't vote for Trump. That makes I don't care who you want. Not about to jump down your throat. All I can tell you is I've had enough of Trump. Enough. A lot of my people, we've had enough. I mean, I feel like as a country, we gotta manage our own president. You don't even be shocked anymore. Be like, this is par for the course, right? Jared Kushner came out and said that African American people don't want to be successful. They're to blame. I'm not shocked. That's what they think. He was telling his truth. All I can do is be an indirect example. I get to the grind. I work to be successful. I try and work with other successful people. Then we try and tell our stories of success to inspire our other individuals that can be inspired by our stories. One day, I hope somebody say, yo, the homie Kynard, I caught him on a podcast. He was kicking that knowledge. I believe that I can do what that brother is doing and I can share my story and that inspires somebody else. All I can do. Not mad at you. Nah, I refuse to be mad at people that ain't in the way of what I'm trying to accomplish. I do not have the time. Shout out to Christian, real speak. Neither one represents my ideals. The white homie, okay? He just kicking. Look, we in a bad spot as Americans. We don't have no good choices. And in the middle of a pandemic, all I can recommend is to love your people, encourage your people, and have their back. You know? All that being said, I believe that you must vote. At least my people be heard. I ain't mad if you black and you support Trump. Oh, I might crack a joke. Right? I might laugh at the meme. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad though. I ain't angry. You know, was that the DA in Kentucky, right? Breonna Taylor was assistant DA. I think they made fun of him. They said he was in Bo Ricks getting his haircut. They said you can't trust a black man getting his haircut in Bo Ricks. I laughed. It's funny. I ain't mad at you, man. Do what you gotta do. Vote for who, but just vote. Be heard. And then after you vote, find a way to be a benefit to whatever cause you associate. I don't think everybody was meant to be public, but invest your time. You don't always have to invest your dollars. Find ways to volunteer, to be present, be reliable. Support black-owned businesses. You want to change, support black-owned businesses. And that ain't just for black people. White people, if you think black people got a dope product, you want to be a part of that, you pick it up. Tell your other white homies when supported this black business, you should too. If the product is right, the product is dope, just a different dude. I don't know. Am I wrong, Britt? What you think? Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong. Um, I think people have the ability at this point to vote for whoever they would like to. I feel like there's only one real way to go, but that's just
Right,
me.
right,
Um, I will not shame someone for voting for Donald Trump publicly. I will shame them for not voting at all.
right.
Um, so I'm just gonna prepare for the worst and hope for the best because this time next week there will be something. Hopefully something different, but there will be something. I'm tired of it, but I don't feel like there's ever been a time. Let me think about this. I've only seen my first presidential election was Obama. That was the first one
Right.
that I was able to vote in, which I did. Um, I don't feel like I've heard about a president even before I was able to vote as much as I have Donald Trump since
Right.
he put in office. I feel like it was like someone that we heard about every now and then. He'd pop up on the news here and there. But I feel like we hear about Donald all the time. We have to like police our president. We have to like keep an eye out on what the hell he's talking about and what he done said and what disrespect he spewed out. And I'm just tired of him. So I'm hoping we don't have to deal with him much longer. But it's more than anything, it's just important to vote, especially if you have an opinion. If you're going to be vocal about your opinion and not do anything to change the current climate, then I don't have space for those people. Um, so hopefully we see something different very soon. I'm nervous though. I ain't gonna lie.
So, how do you think people are going to react if Trump loses? Because that's why. So let me just keep it 100. As the pandemic started, I got my gun count up. I got my ammo up. I got a little extra practice in. I saw that a couple months ago. If this don't go the way people expect,
It's gonna go down.
it might be violent. What do
Hmm.
you think?
I believe it's possible. Um, I hope not, but I don't put anything past a good old Trump supporter. Um, I feel like they've made vocal their stance and what they feel would be necessary if he does not win. And I don't put that past them. Did I get my ammo up? No. Am I slipping? Probably. I don't think I could be trusted, to be honest. I feel like I can't have no gun and then just not shoot it. So there's that on that. I don't trust myself. But I feel like it's very possible that it could go left.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I didn't shout out to all the black militant groups out there who have armed up and
Listen.
uh have shown up in force with their weapons. Let people know visibly we out
We
here.
out here.
We out here.
Mm,
Right? I mean, I read a story today about a group. I'm not even gonna give it no shine. But if you do your researchables, there are a couple of groups that
he's
have
attacking me because he knows I don't do my Googles. I know what you did there.
um there are a couple of groups out here preparing to incite violence if Trump does lose. Uh for me, I try and live my life as a peaceful soul. I've and I should say as a black man, I've probably reached an age that we don't often get to reach. I've seen a lot. Um I feel like an OG, but I also understand that it's real out here right now. And you might be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I got responsibilities. I got to make sure I make it back home. I
Hmm.
got things I got to handle. You know what
Talk
I'm
about
saying?
it.
Uh, I don't know if a civil war is what's going to happen, but I do believe, I mean, they was out there with tiki torches a couple years ago.
Oh, I remember.
Okay? And he didn't lose. They wanted to let you know that they felt like they shouldn't have white guilt, and they was in the cardigans and in the polo shirts and the slacks with the tikis.
For
Okay.
the record, pissed about tiki torches. Like, Appropriate much? Yes. Let me just go get a tiki. Anyway, sorry. It was a funny sight.
It was
Cardigans, MAGA
hilarious.
hats, tiki torches.
Come
Idiots.
on. So I don't know. I hope it isn't, but it's real. I mean, they out here. No, they've been feeling themselves. I mean, once again, Jared Kushner just blunt. Black people, you are to blame for the lack of your success. What he told you. Systematic racism doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. Get
Says a
over it.
Jewish man.
What'd you say?
I said, says a Jewish man. That's fine. That's cool.
You know, I just
Your race they tried to take you out, bruh. It's okay. Never mind. Let me stop. Let me chill.
he got the money though. You
Huh,
know, when you
listen.
money and you wealthy, you can always tell poor people, hey, I look, I can't tell you I'm rich, you know, but I will tell you that it's your fault.
Right.
It's your fault.
That sounds like poor problems if you weren't poor. Like, just don't be poor.
Right. We
Hello.
big money, we big bank over here. Big
You
bank take
know?
little bank.
Y'all been to y'all coming or no?
Oh, big bank take little bank. You know? A homie manifest said, I don't think anything gonna happen. They said they would go Brody if he got impeached in crickets. A very small few are about it. Most of these folks are scared. No, I agree. I do agree. It's a lot of posers, right? But I do expect that in certain areas that on and popping something about their life. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation, you know?
I think the nature of people is that they're followers. So if there's enough people there about that life, they might light a little flame in the ones that are still a little scary and be like,
Yeah.
look at
But
my brother right there. He about
what
it.
the
I'm gonna be
thing
about it with
is
him.
a group of scary people can lose that scary if they all on the same page. I
Listen,
mean, driving in Texas, I saw a little 4x4 caravan, 5, 6, you know, cowboy deep. I shouldn't say cowboys, but I mean, that's me in Texas. Good old boys. And they was riding their flags like they was a gang. They was in these streets letting
it
it be
is a
known.
gang. What you talking about? It is a gang. Gang,
It's a gang.
gang.
They was gang gang. And then as I was riding, I noticed it was a couple older white gentlemen, top down, convertible. I'm not judging them, but they was honking their horns for them. They was super lit. I get it.
They
Like
was
we
all from the Caucasus
proud to
Mountains.
be American. Like at that point, you know what I'm saying? That he was super lit. They got caught up in the energy.
Right.
So
They drove off into the Caucasus Mountains, huh?
yeah,
Oh,
you know,
jeez.
they was bout it. And I'm not the one to judge. I'm not really here to judge people. Once again, I believe you should feel free to do what it is that you think is right. But I'm beyond thinking that culture of my people are to blame for what clearly over historical time has separated us from opportunity, has been conspired against us to hold us down up under the mat. And really, at this point, at this age, the only thing that I think that will bring us out of that is black people taking it back. Hard to negotiate. I vote.
Aggressively is what you're saying.
What'd you say?
Aggressively is what you're
Hell
saying.
yeah, aggressively.
Whoa, you didn't have to. Your voice, it got
Hell
really high.
yeah.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That's just
whoa.
my take on it. And now I'm
Mm.
not saying that I'm about to go out here and you know what I'm saying, hurt somebody and inflict pain, but yeah, I think aggressively we have to get together as a voice, and if you're not willing to die for it, just get out the way.
I don't think we know how.
Don't trust each other. But that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, that's one thing. But also, I don't think our generation has had to fight for much. So when it comes down to like really being about that action, I don't think we know how.
Oh no, we comfortable. And when I say we, I include myself. I mean
Oh, I'm definitely included. What are you talking
you
about?
know what I'm saying? I've made a good living working. You know? Like if we
Yeah,
just speaking transparently, like I got to the money. I hustled.
He said the bag has been obtained. What are you talking
Man, I've been
about?
on it
Yeah,
for years.
talk your shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've done it. You know, I've gone to places in the world where my passport stamp was, it was full before it was even cool, before rappers was talking about it. So I've seen the world. You know what I'm saying? I've been places, and that isn't to brag. It's just that I've done what's necessary and found ways to improve my situation for the things that I want in my life, and that's probably made me somewhat complicit. There are times where I wanted to go to my people and give knowledge, but I also felt very uncomfortable having the conversation with some of my black counterparts because I didn't believe in handouts.
Mm,
I've had trepidation in expressing myself because I never believed in looking at somebody else to put me on.
okay.
But I also understood I couldn't do it by myself. So I shut the fuck up and I listened, earned, I worked. I tried to provide value. Didn't ask. Put my hours in. First in, last out. I was trying to be 3 times better than the next man just so I could have 25% less than what they get. Fighting a different fight.
So, with all that being said, ooh, I use one of you on you,
There you go.
but I'm fine. I'll be here all night. Um, do you believe there's some ounce of truth to Jared's statement? Do you believe that the reason why some black people are not successful is because they haven't done the work and they don't necessarily want to be successful enough to do what it takes?
All right, well, I'm going to throw this back at everybody else because this is what I always get in trouble for. I think it was a general statement, but I think that general statement reflected
Excuse
what
me.
he thought about all black people. Unfortunately, the truth is I'm going to make an assumption his experience with black people have only come in one way. I've been in buildings and meetings and places where I've been told, "Oh, yo, you're like the most educated black person I've ever met." Who says that to somebody that's black? But their experiences were so limited that I had to kind of school them, give them the information. Indirectly, I represent my people in a lot of rooms that they're not in. So I think the
So, do
statement
you
is too
believe there's
general. Wait, hold on. Let me
okay,
finish.
okay,
The
okay.
statement is too general. I do think to a certain extent, there is a group with amongst our people who aren't trying to be successful. They just aren't. But there are a group of white people who aren't trying to be successful. There's a group of Asian people who aren't trying to be successful. Now, when you speak about Asian people, no stereotype that relegates them as being unintelligent. But when you speak about black people, the general thought is they don't want to be successful. No, that's false. There are a lot of black people who want to be successful that don't get the systematic racism. There are a lot of black people who want to be successful, but they need a loan. Systematic racism. There are a lot of black people who want to be successful. They're not provided the education in the neighborhoods that they grow up in. Systematic racism. There are a lot of black people who want to be successful, killed, being in the wrong place at the wrong. So, with all that being said, there's a segment that's just the segment of the world don't want to be successful. As I said, Kanye said for a lot of people it's a choice. I didn't agree with how he gave us that message, but I just tried to change based on my experiences. I had a black man in my life that schooled me to the game, gave me information, cared enough about me that even in times where, as I watched him become older, he might not have wanted to stay in, but he stayed. He made himself available, and I credit him, my father, as the one that just told me, look, son, I'm gonna tell you the truth. They don't care about you. They'll never care about you. So don't spend your energy trying to prove something to them. Spend your energy trying to build and finding out what it is that you want from your life, and you make that happen. That came from a man who made $25,000 a year cleaning toilets, working in plumbing in the hood. Came home with pain on him.
Hmm.
First time he voted was for Obama.
Hmm.
Then subsequently became a Jehovah's Witness and said it's a wrap.
Mhm.
I'm on a higher power now. I don't believe in that. But that's his path. But for me, I'm a direct reflection of his hard work and his knowledge and his game telling me, son, fortunately, this is your reality. And no one cares. No one gives a fuck. No one's going to give you anything. If you want it, you got to go take it. So for me, yeah, it's truth in Jared's statement. Such a very small percent. I'd tell you less than 2% of the African American population don't want to be successful. That's in line with every other race in the country. That's
So you think
human
it's
nature.
more about the lack of resources than it is direct
I
feeling of
think
like,
it's I think that it's a lack of resources and a lack of examples.
mm,
People only believe what they
shit, an
can see,
example's a resource. Shit.
right? Example is a resource. So LeBron James is a resource. But all too often, as we had on our last call with Marv, or I'm sorry, Derek Haley called and he said, these people really shouldn't be representing us. But unfortunately, the majority of the wealth that our examples are in this country are entertainers, which includes athletes. I mean, that's entertainment, singing, podcasting, entertaining right now. Hopefully, hopefully, you know. Uh, and so when you're a young kid growing up, I wanted to be Michael Jordan. Who I wanted to be. Little light skinned, short, fat boy. I grew up wanting to hit the jumper because that was the example. It wasn't until I matured that I wanted to just be like my father, be a good man, a good black man, and survive. I was a kid. We didn't have doctors. We didn't have engineers. We didn't even have black male teachers. So the things I saw growing up, we had drug dealers, had the flyest cars. These are the things that influence your mind at a young age. And then you think, how many chances does a black child get versus a white child? The black child, you mess up once and your whole life would be ruined. Resources. As a white child, you can mess up, get a good lawyer. And I mean, we talking raping people.
Mm.
I mean, you rape somebody and you got 6 months, homie. And selling cigarettes and you got killed. No cold. Resources, dignity, respect. So, yeah, it comes down to resources. And I don't know if I should blame black people. Why haven't we organized yet? Why are we not protecting our own? Sorry, but the Black Panthers, they was. Why are we not beating up cops that's hurting our people? If our people are innocent, I ain't say go out here and homie a killer and the police then killed him and now we mad. That's a whole different game. I'm talking getting pulled out of your car and you a passenger, not done anything. They asking for your ID. That was just on TikTok. They don't have probable cause to pull a black man out of a car, yet they do it. Why are we not protecting our own? Am I the problem? Maybe I've been too comfortable. But I think that's kind of why I'm podcasting right now. Look, let me have a conversation with y'all. Manifest said that's the problem with white folks. If one interaction with one decent black person to them, that person is okay. But the generalization of most is the problem. And that's where they get it wrong. 100% Manifest. It's a tough conversation. I got white people who are my homies. I got white people that when they put their signs up, they hit me. Yo, Kynard, how you doing, homie? How's it going? How you doing in your neighborhood? You straight? That's something that cared. But often I'm their only experience because they scared. Because of what everybody else is fed of. Oh, I think who's the comedian? Ari Spears said like the biggest trick America ever pulled was convincing white people to be fearful of black people.
Hmm.
Outside of our own community, we lightweight, mad peaceful. To a fault. We so quick to forgive.
Church.
Black people ain't running up in white people neighborhoods about no action at all. That's when you see that, then you be scared. I ain't never seen no black dude roll through the suburb and just get lit. I ain't never seen him rolling through the suburb and start pulling licks because they see that this white person got it. That isn't the reality. The media would tell you otherwise. I'm just talking, y'all. Just talking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, they would convince how Sway? How you scared of me? I'm more fearful of you because I know what your system is gonna do. I know what your system would do to my children. So all of it is crazy. All of it is whack. And I know it's super fatigued, but coming into this election, there's a whole bunch of questions I got for my people. I already know what the game is. I already know what the system is. I just feel like we as a people got to do more because the generalization is there. Manifest said, go see poor white folks, poor black folks, poor any race, and the mentalities are the same. Desegregation changed everything. Folks don't want to have that conversation. We were good and strong. Desegregation did change everything. And that goes back to Lovecraft, and I can never say the name of that show, Lovecraft Country. There was a scene in there once again where it was all black. They in the neighborhood. It's happy. We got our own problems. I think we saw an alcoholic father abusing his son, but it was in a black neighborhood. We taking care of our own. One of the black mamas came out there, black daughters, and protected him. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked affluent. It was beautiful. Almost what I imagined Atlanta to be when I went and I saw black families riding bikes with helmets on. It's crazy to me. I'd never seen it before.
I don't think I've ever seen a black family ride bikes together in helmets, to be honest.
I was tripping. I was in Atlanta for probably about 3 hours. And I was going to Centennial Park. Shout out to the ATL, my people there. And I was like, that's a whole black family on bikes right Atlanta different.
Look, the
You
baby, he
know what
got
I'm
on knee
saying?
pads.
And I've heard other people speak about Atlanta. Isaac Hayes the third, he spoke about it. So he talking about Black Atlanta is where you got to be. He was trying to convince celebrities to come over from L.A. to Atlanta. Tyler Perry, and so it was different there. I enjoyed it. It was beautiful to see. That's a whole different reality than what the media will portray of our culture. I mean, we don't help with some of the music that we put out, but I love our spectrum. We are all of it, and it is beautiful. You'll never see me hate on a black man. Yeah, it's not what I would probably do. Sorry, I just ain't gonna do some of that. It ain't for me. For my dude, do what you gotta do. I ain't in your way. Matter of fact, you killing it right now. I think I was in Atlanta. I'm gonna tell this. I was in Atlanta. I think I saw somebody with the Michelangelos. I don't even know what they call them no more.
The
What's
Michelangelo.
the big ugly shoe? The big ugly Nike sneaker. What is that? That's gonna bother me now. I can't remember what it
It's a
is.
big chunky shoe,
It's the big chunky runner. I gotta look it up.
not like the Balenciagas, right?
Yeah, there you go. I called it the
Okay.
Michelangelos.
So one of them Ninja Turtles. I don't know.
So to me, in my realm of reality, that's not what I do. That's not my style. Also, it don't fit my budget. I'm gonna be 100. I get money, but that ain't where I'm really trying to. Cause I ain't, I rock Jordans. It's a different generation. But I was out in Atlanta. I was feeling myself. Black love everywhere. We out here having a good time. Uh, and I saw the homie. He had like the lime green outfit with, the Balenciagas. And I'm with my photographer, and I'm like, yo, not the homie. The homie is shining right now. Like I had to give him his flowers. Yo, you shining right now, homie. I see you. Normally, I wouldn't even rock them shoes. I find them to be mad ugly, but you got the fit, and you killing it right now. And I didn't even want to be in the photo. I'm like, yo, this is just the moment. Capture the homie, and he posed on him. He hit him from the side. You see,
Mm-mm.
like he was living his life. So hopefully I uplifted him. My camera person uplifted. We were showing love. I
To
don't
him
get
and his
in the way.
Valencies.
The Ninja Turtles. That's all I'm saying. Look, call in, let us know about the vote. I know I've been talking. There's a lot of shit on my chest. A lot of shit on my chest. Y'all
Yes,
want to call?
heavy. The chest you caved in today.
Yeah, look. I've been in the house way too long, right?
Mm.
I just been in the house too long. I got an itch in my ear. I have no clue what's going on right now.
Is a
But
Q-tip not the best feeling in the world? Well, one of
I
the
don't
best.
even do the Q-tips though.
You
Sidebar: I don't
crazy.
even do the Q-tips
You
only
bugging.
because the doctor told me not to one time, and then they got up in there. They was like, "Yo, you got mad wax, son." And then I was like, "Look, I don't." And so they showed me the cleansers and blowing it in and out. And so I do it like that. I probably need a quick flush, real quick.
Dip that joint in some peroxide and then put it in your ear.
All right.
The
Clean the
best.
ears out. Mad itchy right now. That being said, look, what are y'all thoughts? Thank you, Manifest, for contributing. I know I'm on some heavy shit. I know I've been super long winded today, but shit was in my heart. You know,
Something
tired.
in my heart.
Sing it,
Something
girl.
in my heart. My mom would be so proud of me.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You was over
Mommy
there
who
killing it.
got you.
Like it's just on my heart, man. And I love my people. I love people, period, man, because we all going through struggles. Right now, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This last week, I've probably received 3 to 4 mental health calls from other individuals in my circle. And
Mm.
it's tough. And I had to even acknowledge for myself, like I'm going through some shit right now.
Did I not tell you that when I talked to you earlier today?
Yeah.
I said, "How are you?" You said, "I'm good." I said, "Who doesn't believe
Yeah, man.
you?"
It's just a lot of shit, man, between family, corona, kids, racism, election, Facebook hating on me, not letting me, not approving my damn ads,
No.
talking about
So
I'm too socially active right now.
it's okay, little huggy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a bad spot. I got some mental health shit going on, and so do my people. So you got some mental health shit going on. Look, let's talk about it. I'm here. We got a call. Let's see what's good. Let's see what's good.
Oh, who can this be?
Oh, it said I missed it.
No, you got it.
Oh, yo, welcome to Dope Dialogue. You're on the air. Who we got on the line?
Hey, you got John Cato on the line. How you doing, brother
Mr.
Kynard?
Cato, what's going on, bro? You all right?
I'm doing blessed. I'm doing blessed. I wanted to chime in on some of the earlier discussion that you were having. We were talking about opportunities with young brothers.
Yeah.
You know, I agreed and I disagreed with you a little bit.
Okay, let
with
me
Jared
know.
Kushner. Okay, I'm not even going to go into my feelings about him. We'll keep that one separate. But I understand what you were saying. My thought process is this. I think that there's a lot more brothers and sisters that want to be successful, but I don't think that they understand how to be successful. They don't have as many opportunities of role models to truly show them the ways of how to be successful. You know, brothers like you and I have had a chance to work in corporate America, so even if we weren't being taught per se, we had the chance to look at other cats who knew and got that training, and we could, you know, copy off of them and do what fit best for us. But if
Oh,
you've never
yeah.
had that opportunity to be around people who succeeded, you know, you may do it what you think success is. And I think that's where the disparity with our young brothers and sisters are. You know what I'm
So
saying?
and let me reply to that. I totally agree with you. I mean, and I thought that at least I tried to explain that. If I did not, that's what I meant by resources, examples. And so
Yes.
Cato is one of my homies. Let me talk about it real quick. Me and this brother both worked in the plant. And it was one of my first opportunities to see black people in power. Like I worked for a black boss, black leader. The person who ran the plant was black. And there was some politics in there that I wasn't aware of, right? But we had examples. My uncle was a quality engineer. He was an example for me. So when I started out in college, initially I wanted to be an engineer because I knew what an engineer did. No, it wasn't because I knew what an engineer did. It was because I saw my uncle was successful in that, right?
Hmm.
He eventually ended up getting me the job. I was in a situation to see black people working and being successful. And I believe you are 100% correct, Mr. Cato, where we do want to be successful. A lot of us don't know how because we haven't had the examples and then those individuals to talk about it with. Am I right? Like we can talk about it. You've been successful. When you go through your journey, did you work hard?
So with my journey, bro, I'm unique. And I'll answer your question. It depends on how you look at it. I don't look back at it and look at it as being stressfully hard, or it could have been harder, but we worked hard, and I damn sure worked hard to achieve what I achieved in a short time. But I also had an unfair advantage versus other brothers and sisters. You know,
Yeah,
you made the comment of how, you know, you didn't want to be like your father until you were older,
right.
even though I'm sure your father was willing and he was showing you
You're right.
all of the necessary tools for you to be a successful, positive brother.
Yeah,
It just didn't fit what you thought success was. You thought success was the money, the hoes, and what accompanied the fame with being an entertainer.
correct.
Well, I was blessed enough to have a father who was an engineer.
Right.
one of the first back in the 60s. And he was a real nigga. So he taught me and showed me the right way.
Right.
He was a engineer slash Black Panther. You feel what I'm saying? So the same lessons I was taught, but I was taught how to overachieve based on the white man's expectations of me. Right. So it's twofold. And I think that's one of the problems that we have. If you tell a brother right now that's struggling that he gonna have to work twice as hard to get the equal pay as his white competitor, he is never gonna try hard to aspire what we did to get successful in corporate America, knowing that there's no guarantee and all the odds are against him, even once he gets in. Like you spoke of, the unforeseen politics that could even exist in an all-black facility in Detroit. That you and I didn't think would happen until we got up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I learned a lot up in there.
I think, well, what I learned, it really wasn't a learning lesson. It was a trial. It was a tribulation because I watched my father go through it. And he schooled me on game beforehand. So I was well prepared on how to play the game mentally. You know
I was not. At that time when I got up in the plant, I was active. As a matter of fact, I still carry some scars because as a Black man, when I found out some of the things that were happening, I was really shocked as a Black man, but I was a little wet behind the ears. I didn't understand it. And a lot of that was because I didn't have anybody to tell me and explain to me, like, this is the way it's cut. Like, some of the Black people in there trying to bring down other Black people, it just wasn't the way it wasn't what I was on. It wasn't what I was shown. And nobody really said, yo, Kynard, look, you got to be weary of this as well. So it was a tribulation for me as well, working in the plant in Detroit. As well, I will speak to you and say, I know I had an unfair advantage for the simple fact that my father was there. And I learned that very early as my friends came to hang out. And my house used to be the hangout spot because everybody knew my pops was cool. He just kicked game to everybody. It wasn't just me. Everybody that I kind of hung out with, my homies, he would talk to them, and I think that put me light years ahead because I just never saw the world a lot of the way my peers saw it. He told me that it wasn't going to be easy. When a Black man tell you, look, man, if you're looking for it to be easy, it's going to be a long journey for you of being disappointed. I got on my hump. So I agree with you, John. I think we on the same page. I hope that I've explained it clear enough, but I totally understand and I totally agree.
No doubt. And you just said something else that was true. It's really about what you are perceptive of. Because if you just don't know, then, hey, that's where it's at. You and I were just perceptive. And as our experiences, increased, we became more perceptive. Someone who's limited on their experience is going to have a limited perception. But part of that drive, now if you want to talk about someone's personal drive, hey, bro, that's for the individual. And how much heart you have into it, that's going to be, up to the individual also, right? But, I think opportunity now that we know where we're at, we know a truer definition of opportunity. It's all about what you make of your circumstance. Everyone has a rough circumstance and an easier circumstance, depending on where you're looking at. What's easy for you might be hard for me and vice versa.
It's not going right.
I don't look at it as easy or hard. It's just a circumstance. And it depends on how you handle that difficult circumstance, is whether it gets easier or harder, bro.
So I ain't gonna lie, I got fired from that job. They called it a layoff, but I got fired from that job. I probably fucked up, I think one of them Jeep builds, I think I lightweight fucked up like $1 million, like 1.5 in builds, right? Like, and it wasn't no little shit. Like, I know that it was heavy because I got my ass handed to me. And then there was some other politics involved in it. I made a couple mistakes. And at the end of that situation, like it hardened me up and it prepared me for what I'm still going through today. I thought shit was sweet. It was like a black oasis in there. I was so happy to be around all these black people. And then when I found out how the politics was cut and how we was cutting each other and individuals was throwing other individuals in the under the bus trying to say their job, some of the training wasn't always where it needed to be. Felt like I might not have been in the best position to succeed. But I learned. I took that L. Most people don't know that really kind of changed my life. After that, I ain't had no money. I ain't know nothing about unemployment at that time. I was a contractor. I couldn't make no money. I got evicted out of my crib. A lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was living downtown. I was getting money. I had the eviction notice on the door, throwing my shit out the building, elevator my shit down. Like at that point, I grew up. I became a man after that experience, And I could have wallowed in it.
Well,
but the conversation with my dad was once again, yo, real life is hard, homie. Get over that shit, pick yourself up, get back to the bag. Be more careful.
Well, let me make you feel a little bit better. I'll make you feel a little bit better with that because, as you was coming in, I was on the out and my exit strategy was well rehearsed, right?
Yeah.
But, on my exit, I think I went through 5-6 managers in that last year.
Yeah.
And 3 of them 5 got fired.
Right.
Within a year after I left.
Right.
I left for better pastures. And within 3-4 years, the whole facility was closed down and tore down to the ground.
Right. And why is that? Why is that?
Did you really lose?
No, I didn't lose, but that's what I'm saying. In that moment, what you don't understand is for the person who was doing our job, the turnover was high. You weren't going, and that's why they were independent contractors, right? Because they knew they was going to chew you up and spit you out. But in the moment, as a young black man, I ain't understand. I didn't understand that the leadership of the whole plant was pretty shitty, right? And so that being, I can say that now, you reflect upon it, you learn from it, you said something as well. Sometimes as black men, we don't even get to make it to an age where we can mature and understand that our mentality when we were young was incorrect. That's why it's sad losing people like Nipsey Hussle and Tupac and Biggie, because you never got to see these kids, become older men who can pass knowledge and be examples of what you can later on become if you try and change and do things a certain way. Having examples is way more important than people will ever acknowledge.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Once again, some of what you experienced was a blessing. See, when you came in, what was it, like 2003, 2004?
I came in 2004.
Okay. I was there in 98. When I came in, supervisors were still smoking, and they were smoking some of the best kush in their offices.
Brittany, the best kush, that Cali kush.
I don't know nothing about it.
In the office. Some of the best shit you could get in Detroit. Some of the best shit you could get on the east side of Detroit was at the Axle plant. You better ask somebody, bro. Believe that. Well known. Some of the east side's hardest hitters to this day came out of Detroit Axle plant.
And the story gets better because I sure enough didn't know. But I was turned on to a whole different world.
Bro, I'm saying no names. I'll never split no names. But understand where you was at. Let's put it this way.
Look. I understood. I ain't going to say no names either, but when the homie, I was paging the homie because I think we was messing up some builds. The homie was out with another employee enjoying a little hand work while we were supposed to be working. I said, man, you're supposed to be available. What is you doing? Hey man, can you stop paging me? I'm out here having a good time on my break. Like it was the plant life was, and if we had like a whole episode, the plant life was just a whole nother situation. Because I think at the time we was there.
Low key, this is the plant life episode.
You know what? Hold on, I think you just said something, because I already know, if nothing else, I got several individuals that would join this podcast just for a DAP episode.
Hey, bro, if we invite talk about plant life,
back, I mean,
bruh.
Hey.
And I know I got people in Texas and people in Cali. I got people on the East. But look, the Midwest, where we from, plant life, being in there with making them cars. Y'all seen a little bit of it on 8 Mile. Plant life is outrageous, bro. It's a whole ecosystem into itself. Like when you in there, it's a whole different world. Like I said, man.
They don't understand.
They don't. Like, look, I remember my man hit me. He was like, yo, here's a flyer. I'm like, what's this for? Oh, man, we got hoe parties on Saturdays and Sunday. What is this, dog? What is you doing? All of the hustles going on. The ladies hustling the dudes for time off. I think it was one chick. I know she was giving me all kinds of rhythm. Come to find out, after I got laid off, I ain't never hear from her again. I said, oh, this cut different. So, like I said, plant life teach you a lot.
Nookie was $400 a pop.
What'd you say?
Hey, retirees, Nookie was $400 a pop. Retirees have pushed the price, put the price of Nookie up to the top, bro. I thought you knew.
He said Nookie.
I'm not saying no name.
Shit.
I'm saying no name.
I was a young man. I went into Detroit Axle plant, a young cub, and I left that motherfucker a man, because my whole life really kind of changed after that. Because at that time, I'm gonna keep it real, I think that, I was clocking big ass checks. Them was the biggest checks I had ever seen as a 23-year-old. Like, you partying, you living, you spending, and then the hardship that came with it as well. Losing, finding who in your corner, people throwing you under the bus. That's probably one of the most defining moments in my life. As well, what came out of that was the first time that I put some music together and released music. Like, I got laid off, I kind of went through my shit, and that kind of started me off on this path that I'm on. So Detroit Axle Plant will forever be a part of my history. You got anything for him, Britt? I know, look, this is my homie. He called in. So we reminiscing a little bit.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening anymore. I want to go on record and say I don't know shit about shit. This plant life stuff, I don't know nothing about it.
Plant life.
I was lost like 16 minutes ago. So that's where
16 minutes ago?
Well, okay, maybe like leaving. 6. Maybe like 6.
As soon as we got into plant life.
Yeah, plant life, I was gone. I was I don't know what's happening.
We appreciate you calling in, man.
But you bringing it back, bro, because it goes back to what we were saying. Having the example opportunity changes your outlook.
Yep.
Those same brothers and sisters that work for us in the plant, making money wasn't an issue. So half of my employees that never thought to go to college had their own LLC while they were working legitimately in the plant. So there were lessons to be learned from that experience.
Yep.
But I ain't gonna hold up. We can talk more, bro, if you want to have a special episode on
Detroit,
plant
life. Look, Brittany,
bring that one together.
When you do the plant life episode, I just tap out and Kato can tap in, because I don't know what the fuck is happening anymore.
All right, Brittany, do they not have plants in Cali?
No,
Ain't
I
no
mean,
manufacturing going on in Cali.
I'm sure we make something. We don't make
Yeah.
cars though.
Well, so once again, as he said, plant
We grow
life
weed here. That's
for
what
a
we
lot
do.
of Midwesterners. Shout out to Toledo, Ohio, Glass City 419, Detroit 313. For us in the Midwest, Chicago, Pennsylvania, these places you were to have considered to made it if you were able to get one of these lucrative jobs. You're talking about somebody, possibly with a high school education, maybe not even that, who worked in the plant 20, 30 years, and they're making a decent living wage, above poverty. Like you can make some money. And as he
We
said,
grow weed and we gangbang here. That's what we do.
oh, y'all gangbang, right? In LA,
We
yeah.
gangbang and we grow weed. That's
Well,
what we do.
that's profitable.
Plant life,
Plant life.
legit.
Look, the weed life is profitable. I don't know if gangbanging is quite profitable. I mean, I'm sure if it can be organized. I love what the homie Killer Mike was trying to show by Crip Cola and all of that. It can
Cola,
be.
I
Look,
remember.
look. At that point, it can be profitable. But banging on your homies, that's death. So,
Mm.
but I understand it. It's a whole different lifestyle. I would tell you from the Midwest, we laborers, manufacturers, and if you got a plant job, you was in a good spot. Look, Kato, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you. Some mad love out there in Houston. One of my brothers, thanks for calling Dope Dialogue. We appreciated having you.
Absolutely, always, man. Stay blessed.
Hondo.
Bye, Mr. Cato. Mr. Cato sound like he don't take no shit.
Look, it's so funny. When I first got there, Kato was right. He was indifferent. And I was trying to fit in because I was new. I didn't know nothing. And he had it. He was lightweight, like he said, when he made his exit, he was smarter than everybody else. And he made the transition to kind of come down here and do his thing. And he built a legitimate business while he was in the plant in Houston. Moved around a little bit, but had some time to connect with him. Once again, another business owner, John Cato, run his own business right now. He runs a fertilizer business. Shout out to the homie. Participating in the marijuana industry, right? Like he finding ways to make money selling fertilizers. So at that point, he had a good head on his shoulders. We chopped it up a lot, but he had a step ahead. Being very transparent, I had a step ahead. A black father being around can change a black man's life. It's just the facts. Being involved in your child's life and giving them the information, even when they may not necessarily understand it. I be trying to tell my son all the time, Britt. I know he don't understand it, but I'm trying to prepare his mental for when he grows up to go through whatever he go through. When something is hard, I'm in his ass. Bro, that ain't hard enough. It gets worse. You got to go. So shout out to the homie Kato. I'm sorry we went off on the plant life. Maybe we'll talk about it one day.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
All that being said, look, the line is still open. 419-464-7246. Listen to the Dope Dialogue. I'm the homie Kynard. The socials is Kynard, KMG, KYNARD, KMG. The homie Brittany's socials,
Queen
underscore. Oh, go ahead.
Underscore Kings double S.
One more time for the people in the back.
Queen of Kings, separated with underscores, also with a double S. It's complicated. I know. I might change it. Whatever. Where's Kato? He needs to plug his damn socials at this point.
Oh, yeah. He don't be on socials. Believe it or not, Kato.
I feel like OGs don't. Why?
We don't. Because we working.
Oh, look at how you just snuck yourself up in there.
I mean, the only reason people see me is because this is my passion. I'm passionate about this. Like for me, this is fun. This is enjoyable. I get to jump on here for an hour, hour and a half, and have conversations with people. Lightweight is therapeutic. I had conversations with my homies. If you out there in the chat, you want to talk about voting, you want to talk about what's going on, what you believe to be the ills of the African American community, our country, hit me up. 419-464-7246. In an attempt to not end the show so heavy and with some lightheartedness, we gonna get into some this or some that. You wanna do that, Britt? You wanna get into some this or that?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's see what it hit like. And let's see what we got. What we got with this or that? What you got for me?
Since we just, talked about California versus the Midwest, sort of, kind of.
Yeah,
East Coast or West Coast?
both. But if I had to choose, my heart is in the. And so I'll say both only because musically, initially, I was really influenced by the East. I was lyrically, I just rocked with the East. But musically, sound, I love the West. If we talking about East or West, I gotta go Cali. I had a chance to visit Seattle last year. That was a vibe. I love the Bay. I love San Diego. Been to Portland. If we talking about the East, I've been to New York. I've been to Carolina, South and North, and Florida. And I would just say if I had to choose, yeah, it'd be West Coast.
Ding,
I
ding,
fuck
ding,
with
ding,
the
ding,
East.
ding,
Yeah, I
ding,
fuck with the East
ding,
though.
ding.
But I would choose the West. What's
Basketball or
next?
football?
Oh, basketball by far. I enjoy watching the NFL, and I'm probably more passionate about it now
Uh-huh.
than I was when I was younger watching football. But basketball's an, I mean, football's an art, but basketball's majestic. Like
Ding, 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 ding,
it's
ding, ding.
majestic.
We agree today. We agree today. On a plane, a crying baby or a sleeping neighbor that might be like sleep on your body, like inconveniencing your trip. Obviously pre-COVID, because there are seats between us now.
Ugh, I don't like neither one of them chicks.
Me neither.
I would take the crying baby. I'm a big dude. I be wanting my space on the plane. Don't be laying on me. I actually had somebody. I had to hit him with that shoulder. Get up off me, player. Hey,
Right.
yo, hey, wake up.
I've had to drop mine a couple times. You resting too heavy. Hold on, let me just
Yeah, man. I had
work
to
out
let that
for you.
go.
So you
What
gonna
else
take
we
the crying
got?
baby?
Yeah, I choose crying baby. Crying baby is what I'm looking for.
Cool. Okay.
Do
Yeah.
we get a ding 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 on that?
We do get a ding 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 because headphones. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
There you go.
on the strength of headphones alone, ding ding ding.
Funny to me. What we got next?
Apple juice or orange juice? This is important.
Oh, I'm an apple juice man. Unless it's simply orange. But other than simply orange, it's straight apple juice.
How
Apple with
about
everything.
mimosas though?
I'm a man. I don't really do the champagne and the
Only
OJ.
only bitches care about brunch is what you're saying,
Yeah,
huh?
Sunday brunch, Sunday fun day. Turn up.
Oh, I miss brunch.
Funny to me.
Okay, you get a ding 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 on that one too.
Ding 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 apple
Ding ding
juice.
ding. Okay. Um, extreme kink or vanilla sex?
Vanilla. I mean I'll go.
Ain't no in between. We're extremes
Yeah,
here.
I can't do extreme kink. That no, straight on that. Miss
I'll
me with that.
vanilla too. I'll take it.
Yeah, vanilla. I mean, how can you beat like a missionary or a doggy? It's classic. Love is good. You don't
Gets
need
it
to do,
done.
you don't need much more than that. That'll get you through life right there.
Shower or bath?
Man. I mean, is it light skin shit for me to be like bath? Look, a good
No.
bath is whew, getting clean, period. The process of washing dirt off your body and feeling fresh is always a great feeling, but a bath is soothing, therapeutic. I'm gonna go bath.
Do you rinse off before or after you're in the bath water?
Supposed to rinse?
See how you act? See? See?
I think once I step out of the bath, I'm Gucci, right?
No, you're not.
Oh, you
You
telling
can't
me
you
some shit
can't you
I
can't fester in dusty ass water and then get your ass out of it without rinsing off the dust.
oh, I'm confused.
If you take your dingy body and soak it in water, the water is dingy. You can't just get out. You gotta rinse off the dinge before you exit. Okay, well fine. Do what you live your
I don't
life. Live how you live it.
I it sounds like you got a
Logic.
point, but maybe it's been so long since I've taken a bath. Usually though, I mean, usually I'm not taking a bath nowadays unless a woman running for me. You know, like you
Listen.
gotta run, you draw me a bath, baby. You know what I'm saying? Light the homie some candles. Cater to me real quick.
Light the homie some candles.
You know. I mean, that's probably the only time it's acceptable, right? Like, I ain't just like, oh, I'm about to go ahead and get the scents and like, I'm gonna need that rand for me. Draw me a bath, baby. It was a hard day.
Feel it.
You know, what else we got?
COVID or herpes?
Oh, COVID, COVID.
Without question?
Without question, herpes. I guess
Herpes
you can
herpes
die
won't
from
kill you
COVID.
though. Right. Herpes
But you
won't
can
kill you.
also live from COVID, and
You
it ain't
can.
fucking with your sex shit.
You can, but you also might die.
I die. I die with herpes too.
So you're taking COVID?
Yeah, I gotta do COVID, man. Hey, fuck it. Ain't nobody getting no herpes.
Ain't no
Straight
herpes over
homie.
here.
Straight homie. Y'all
Um
miss me with that.
Ass or tits?
Ass by far. Y'all gotta forgive me, if you watching, I'm making sure some of my stuff is right. But I definitely have to go ass.
Definitely?
That's 100%.
Okay. Why?
100%.
Rationale.
I'm just I'm built for it. I'm built for ass. You know what I'm saying? Like my body frame, I like it a little thicker. It's built for it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not. No, I don't discriminate. I think that all people are beautiful, ladies. Little booties matter too. But I appreciate a little booty. But yeah, definitely had to be
Ass on yours.
ass. Yeah, and not no fake dumper. No, that's disgusting. I want your ratios, to be right. If you got a little booty, have little legs. Don't have gargantuan booty and little legs. That ain't hot.
It don't work out very well.
Not hot, man. Nobody like that. Who like that?
One gotta go forever. Pizza, tacos, or burgers?
Forever?
Forever.
Hamburger. But then and pizza and tacos, I could live off that. And chicken. Pizza, tacos, chicken. That's
Burgers are
it.
gone. Forever.
That's all I eat the rest of my life. I wouldn't have no issues.
Okay, cool. A year homeless versus a year in jail.
I'm homeless. Don't put me in no jail. I'm straight on that.
You're gonna be homeless?
I'd much rather be homeless because as a homeless man, I can still get out and get some pussy. Excuse my language. Homeless people fuck too. I've seen it in Austin, Texas. It's possible.
You can get some butt in jail.
Oh, see.
I mean, you said it. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, yeah, I'm Gucci on that. You can miss me. I'm
The guards
cool.
be giving it up too.
Miss me.
So
I'm
you
straight.
want to look for where you gonna live. You wanna be cold at night. You want to search for your own food on the strength of pussy alone.
A very powerful thing.
365 days.
365. I'd live on the street before I went to jail. In the jail, look, in the jail, they limit where you go. I'll just be honest, y'all. I'm not built for jail. I don't care how tough you gotta be to be in that motherfucker. You'll never see me like, oh no, I'm built for that. No, no. I'm built to be free. Because after being homeless, you know, I've controlled where I was at. I can control where I sleep. I can control getting a tent. I can control going to get some food. When you in jail, they control you. I'm straight. I'm not into being controlled. It's not my vibe.
I
You
think
know?
I'd rather take jail.
What? Why? Because you want another meal?
I just value security in for what jail can provide.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
jail
cold.
dangerous though.
It is, but I'm gonna stay out the way.
I would stay out of the way too.
I'm gonna stay out the way.
I would probably be the brother that would be in jail trying to get education and trying to help young black brothers change their lives. Like
See,
I
and
would.
not prison either. Jail, like county.
Oh, county for a
It's
year?
jail. It's
Yeah, but
jail,
you
not
can't live
prison.
in jail for a year. You can't be
Yeah, you
in
can,
jail.
can't you?
No. Yeah, well, I guess
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can.
Yeah, you can be in jail for.
I don't know the
I,
nigga in jail. Come on,
yeah,
you can be in jail.
I guess you're right. Prison is different. No, I'm still homeless. I'm straight.
Okay, I'll be in jail then.
Yeah, she said I'll be in jail. But you say I can guarantee all 3 of my meals?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be trash, but at least
No,
at least I'm gonna have a little piece of a blanket.
no. Relationship with the female species is way too important for me. And I ain't even really the one to be simped out on a woman. I'd much rather choose one and just, yo, we gonna be homeless together, baby, me and you.
So the
You know,
vagine is that powerful.
they start wars over the vagina.
How I'm in your business. How long has how long has a dry spell been?
Oh, I've gone a year and a half,
Well, then
personal
you can
choice.
do it.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, well, there's that.
I mean, when I did that at that particular point, actually I did it when I was kind of going through the plant life after I got laid off. Like I just didn't want to be involved with anybody because at that point, women I was dealing with when my money was up, they wasn't fucking with me no more because my money
Mm.
was down. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and so at that time, like I was focused on what my next steps was gonna be because I mean I was pretty much homeless. You know, I didn't have a place. I had a car. You know, so I could get back and forth. And then, you know, I got some dollars and got me another spot that wasn't where that was. It didn't cost as much. I found a job. And at that time, my mind wasn't on them. My mind was on improving myself and getting my mental straight because it was a blow. I was writing music. I had a lot of shit. I wasn't going to be no good dude anyway. And so just off strip, I ain't even go to no strip clubs after that because that was a waste of money for me.
Well,
You know?
yeah, at that point.
You know, when you realize like, man, you didn't gave all this money away and now ain't nobody really even kind of rocking with you and like, all right, bet. So yeah, year and a half, I paused out, but that was a conscious choice. What I want is the ability to be like, oh, I'm straight. I want some now. Can't do that in jail. In
You
jail,
better
they
be
like,
you
no.
better befriend you a guard.
Oh, I definitely probably would have did that if she was cute. Hey, baby girl was good.
You know them guards, they be thick on the bottom too.
Oh, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they do. And
They be having them belt.
they be fucking with the inmates.
I
They be getting
know.
caught.
I know.
They be pen paling motherfuckers when they get out. You running shit for him, so
I'm
yeah.
in jail. Listen, I'm in
You
jail.
in jail? I'm straight.
I'm all the way in jail.
As a black man, I don't want to be in nobody's jail, homie. I'm straight. We
But
got anything else?
that's it.
That's it.
That's
Look,
it.
we would like to tell y'all thank you for tuning in to Dope Dialogue, 10th episode. We encourage you to vote for whoever you see fit. But really, it is only one candidate at this point that's presidential. But we're not going to judge you different. We'd like to thank y'all for participating, hitting the chat, calling
He
in.
not. I'm judging. He not.
That being said, look, we're going to see y'all next week. For Brittany King, it's the homie Kynard. This has been Dope Dialogue, and we outie.
Bye.